Amsterdam is British novelist Ian McEwan's darkly comic historical thriller, chronicling two friends who make a euthanasia pact and whose bond quickly descends into hostility. First published in 1998, the novel satirizes contemporary society and questions modern ethics with McEwan's characteristic wit. Known for works such as Atonement and Enduring Love, McEwan appears on the Times list of the 50 greatest British writers since 1945. The story begins with the sudden death of restaurant critic Molly Lane, struck by an unspecified terminal illness that rapidly diminishes her physically and mentally. Attending her funeral are several of her former lovers, including Clive Linley, a composer, Vernon Halliday, a newspaper editor, and Julian Garmoni, the British Foreign Secretary. All share a mutual disdain for Molly's husband, George Lane, a wealthy, pompous, and uninspiring publisher. Witnessing Molly's decline horrifies Clive, who resolves that life under such suffering would be unbearable. On impulse, he asks Vernon to promise to euthanize him if he ever falls terminally ill. Vernon agrees, provided Clive reciprocates. Meanwhile, George uncovers a series of compromising photographs of Julian that Molly had kept. They reveal Julian dressed in women's clothing, hinting at a secret affair before her illness. With Julian's staunch right-wing stance and political ambitions, the photos threaten to ruin him. George, sensing an opportunity for both revenge and financial gain, considers selling the photos to Vernon's paper, The Judge, which is shifting towards sensationalist journalism to regain readers. Eager to exploit the story, Vernon is tempted, but he consults Clive first. Clive firmly opposes publication, deeming it immoral to expose Julian's private life. Vernon counters that revealing Julian's hypocrisy, having condemned alternative sexualities, would prevent potential harm to the country if Julian were to become Prime Minister. Clive remains unmoved, citing the betrayal of both Julian's and Molly's privacy. This disagreement sparks a rift. Clive sees Vernon as morally corrupt, while Vernon views Clive as naive and short-sighted. Just as the photos are about to run, Julian's wife Rose preempts the scandal with a press conference. She publicly displays one photo, pledges loyalty to her husband, and condemns Vernon's attempt to destroy Julian's career. Vernon's staff turns against him, forcing his resignation. Clive had sent a card suggesting Vernon deserved to be fired, but it arrives too late, seeming a cruel joke to Vernon. In response, Vernon contemplates vengeance through the euthanasia pact and the pro-euthanasia laws of the Netherlands. Oblivious to Vernon's plotting, Clive travels to the Lake District, seeking inspiration for his millennial symphony. During a hike, he witnesses a man assaulting a woman but prioritizes the sudden creative spark over intervention. He neither reports the incident nor informs the authorities, though he confesses to Vernon, who is horrified. Realizing Clive may have observed a crime linked to a serial attacker known as the Lakeland Rapist, Vernon reports it himself, prompting police action and forcing Clive to identify suspects. Though the matter concludes, the tension between the two deepens. Revenge escalates as both men journey to Amsterdam, where Clive's symphony is to premiere. Each arranges for the other to be euthanized via hired Dutch doctors. In the end, both survive, leaving only George, Molly's widower, to attend their funerals. Reflecting on Vernon's wife, once notorious in her youth, George decides to invite her to dinner. Amsterdam won the 1998 Man Booker Prize and was lauded by the New York Times as a morality fable disguised as psychological thriller. Critics celebrated McEwan's compulsive prose and his masterful command over character and narrative. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.